Welcome to Fairy Tales English Journey. Today we will explore a very famous story. It is the tale of a clever mother and her sweet children. They face a very tricky enemy who wants to trick them. We will learn important English words while we discover how they survive. Are you ready to begin our exciting adventure together today? This story is called The Wolf and the Seven Young Goats. It is a classic European fairy tale that teaches a very valuable lesson. The story warns us about strangers and the importance of being careful. As we listen to the story, we will practice listening to clear and simple English. Let us step into the magical forest together. Long ago, in a beautiful green forest, there lived an old mother goat. She had 7 young children whom she loved very much. They lived in a cozy little house surrounded by tall trees and bright flowers. The mother goat always made sure her children were safe and happy. She taught them to play and to be very good. One sunny morning, the mother goat needed to go into the deep forest. She needed to find fresh food for her growing children. She gathered all 7 of her little goats around her. She looked at them with serious eyes and spoke in a firm voice. She wanted to give them a very important warning before she left them alone. "Dear children," she said, "you must be very careful while I am gone. Do not open the door for anyone under any circumstances. The wicked wolf lives in this forest and he is very tricky. If he comes inside, he will eat you all. You must promise me that you will keep the door locked tightly all day long." "But how will we know it is the wolf?" asked the oldest goat. The mother goat smiled and explained his tricks to them. "The wolf has a very rough and scary voice," she said. "He also has dark and rough feet. If you hear a rough voice or see dark feet, you will know it is the bad wolf." The 7 young goats nodded their heads and promised to be good. "We will be very careful, mother," they said in a sweet chorus. "You can go to the forest and find us delicious food. We will not open the door for anyone until you return safely." The mother goat kissed each of them and walked out the door. The little goats locked the heavy wooden door behind their dear mother. They began to play games and sing happy songs in their cozy home. They felt very safe because the door was strong and tightly locked. They did not know that the wicked wolf was hiding nearby. He was watching the house from behind a large green bush. The wolf waited until the mother goat was far away in the forest. Then he slowly crept out from his hiding place behind the bush. He walked quietly up to the front door of the little house. He raised his heavy paw and knocked loudly on the wooden door. The sudden noise made the 7 little goats stop their games. "Open the door, my dear children," called the wolf in his rough voice. "It is your mother and I have brought you something nice from the forest." But the little goats remembered the important warning from their mother. They listened closely to the voice outside the door. They knew their mother had a very soft voice, not a rough one. "We will not open the door," they shouted back bravely. "You are not our dear mother because her voice is soft and gentle. Your voice is very rough and scary. You are the wicked wolf and you want to eat us. Go away and leave us alone because we will never open this door for you." The wolf was very angry that his trick did not work. He turned around and ran quickly to a small shop in the village. He bought a large piece of chalk from the shopkeeper. He ate the chalk to make his rough voice sound soft and sweet. He wanted to sound exactly like the gentle mother goat. After eating the chalk, the wolf returned to the cozy little house. He knocked on the heavy wooden door once again. "Open the door, my dear children," he called in a soft voice. "It is your mother and I have brought you some wonderful food from the forest." The little goats heard the soft voice and felt very happy. They thought their mother had returned from the forest very early. They ran to the door and were just about to unlock it. But the wolf had placed his dark paw on the window ledge. The youngest goat saw the dark paw and shouted a warning to his siblings. "Look at that dark foot on the window," he cried out. "Our mother does not have dark feet," said the oldest goat wisely. "Her feet are pure white and very clean." "We will not open the door," they shouted to the wolf outside. "You are not our mother because your feet are dark and dirty. You are the wicked wolf, and we know you are trying to trick us again." The wolf was furious that his second trick had failed completely. He ran away from the house and went to a baker in the village. "Put some dough on my feet," he ordered the scared baker. The baker was very afraid of the hungry wolf, so he obeyed. He covered the dark feet of the wolf with sticky white dough. Next, the wolf ran to the miller, who ground wheat into flour. "Pour some white flour over my feet," demanded the wicked wolf. The miller hesitated because he knew the wolf wanted to trick someone, but the wolf threatened to eat the miller if he refused. The terrified miller quickly covered the sticky dough with pure white flour. Now the feet of the wolf looked completely white, just like the mother goat's feet. He felt very proud of his clever and wicked plan. He ran straight back to the little house in the forest. He knocked on the heavy wooden door for the third time that day. He was certain that he would trick the little goats this time. "Open the door, my dear children," called the wolf in his soft, chalky voice. "It is your mother and I have brought you treats from the forest." The little goats heard the soft voice and looked at the window ledge. They saw the white flour on the paws of the wolf and believed it was their mother. The little goats unlocked the heavy door and pulled it wide open. To their absolute horror, the wicked wolf stepped into the room. The poor little children were completely terrified and started to run. They desperately tried to find a safe place to hide from the monster. They scattered all over the house in a total panic. The first goat hid under the solid wooden dining table. The second goat crawled quickly into the warm sleeping bed. The third goat jumped inside the large metal washing oven. The fourth goat ran into the busy kitchen to hide behind the pots. The fifth goat squeezed himself tightly into the tall wooden storage cupboard. The sixth goat hid safely under the large washing bowl on the floor. The seventh and youngest goat climbed inside the tall wooden clock case. But the wolf was very fast and incredibly hungry. He found the little goats one by one in their hiding places. He did not hesitate to swallow them whole without chewing at all. The wicked wolf swallowed the first 6 goats very quickly. Only the youngest goat hiding in the tall clock case remained completely safe. The wolf was full and felt very tired after his massive meal. He walked slowly out of the little house and into the green meadow. He lay down under a large tree and fell deeply asleep. Not long after this terrible event, the mother goat returned from the forest. She carried a basket full of fresh leaves and sweet berries. When she saw the front door wide open, her heart filled with dread. She dropped her basket and ran inside her cozy little house. The sight inside made her cry out in deep pain. The wooden tables and chairs were completely turned upside down. The washing bowl was broken into pieces on the wooden floor. The soft blankets were pulled completely off the warm sleeping bed. She called out the names of her dear children one by one. But no one answered her desperate calls and the house was totally silent. Finally, she called out the name of her youngest and smallest child. A tiny voice answered from inside the tall wooden clock case. "I am hiding in the clock case, dear mother," said the small voice. The mother goat quickly opened the clock case. She gently pulled her terrified youngest child out into the open room. The little goat cried and told his mother exactly what had happened. He explained how the wolf tricked them with a soft voice and white feet. He told her how the wicked beast swallowed all of his dear siblings. The mother goat wept bitter tears for her lost children. She felt incredibly angry at the wicked wolf. The brave mother goat decided she must do something to save her family. She wiped away her tears and grabbed a pair of sharp scissors. She also took a long needle and strong thread from her sewing basket. "Come with me, my brave little child," she said to the youngest goat. "We must find that wicked monster immediately." The mother goat and her youngest child walked quietly out of the house. They searched the green meadow until they heard a loud snoring sound. They followed the noise and found the wolf sleeping under a large tree. His huge stomach was moving up and down with every loud breath. The mother goat looked closely at his stomach. She saw something moving and kicking inside the huge round belly of the wolf. "Oh my goodness," she whispered to her youngest child in absolute amazement. "My poor children might still be alive inside that awful beast. Because the greedy monster swallowed them whole, they might not be hurt. I must act quickly to save them before it is too late." The mother goat took out her sharp scissors and approached the sleeping wolf. She carefully cut a small hole in the large hairy stomach of the sleeping wolf. As soon as she made the cut, a little head popped out. She cut a little more, and all 6 goats jumped out one by one. They were all perfectly healthy. The little goats hugged their brave mother and danced around with joy. But the mother goat told them to be very quiet so the wolf would not wake. "Go and find some large heavy stones from the riverbank," she whispered. "We must fill the stomach of the wicked beast with heavy stones while he sleeps." The little goats ran quickly. They carried back as many heavy stones as their little arms could hold. They carefully placed the large stones inside the empty stomach of the sleeping wolf. The mother goat then took her long needle and strong thread. She quickly sewed the hole in his stomach tightly closed. The wolf continued to snore loudly and did not feel a single thing. After sewing the stomach closed, the mother goat and her children hid nearby. They wanted to see what the wicked wolf would do when he woke up. Eventually, the wolf opened his eyes and stretched his heavy legs. He felt incredibly thirsty because the heavy stones made his stomach feel strange. He decided to go to the deep well. As the wolf walked toward the well, the stones bumped against each other. "What is tumbling and rumbling inside my poor stomach?" grumbled the wicked wolf. "I thought I ate 6 little goats, but it feels like heavy solid rocks." He dragged his heavy body toward the well to get a cool drink of water. He was very clumsy. The wolf finally reached the stone well and leaned over the edge. He wanted to reach the cool, fresh water resting at the very bottom. But the heavy stones in his stomach pulled him forward with great force. He lost his balance completely and tumbled headfirst into the deep, dark well. He fell down with a massive splash. The wicked wolf sank to the bottom of the well and drowned. The 7 little goats saw everything from their safe hiding place. They ran out into the meadow, shouting with absolute joy and relief. "The wicked wolf is dead!" They cheered loudly as they danced around the well. Their brave mother joined them in their happy celebration dance. The story of the wolf and the 7 young goats is very exciting. It is a famous tale that provides a very important lesson for everyone. The story teaches us that we must always be careful and observant. We learn that danger can sometimes disguise itself to look friendly and safe. This is a crucial lesson for young children. The mother goat represents wisdom and protection in this classic fairy tale. She knows the dangers of the world and tries to prepare her children. She gives them specific signs to look for so they can stay safe. This teaches us that listening to the advice of older and wiser people is very important for our own survival. The young goats represent innocence and vulnerability in the deep, dark forest. They want to obey their mother, but they are easily tricked by clever lies. They notice the rough voice and the dark feet at first. But the wolf changes his appearance to match their expectations and completely fools them. This shows how tricky bad people can be. The wolf is a classic symbol of trickery and hidden danger. He does not give up when his first attempt fails completely. He uses chalk and flour to hide his true, scary nature. This teaches us that we should not trust someone just because they look or sound nice. We must look closely at their actions and character. The climax of the story shows the incredible courage of the mother goat. She does not simply cry and give up when she loses her children. She takes immediate action and uses her tools to save her beloved family. Her quick thinking and bravery allow her to rescue her children from certain death inside the dark stomach of the wolf. The use of heavy stones is a very clever punishment for the greedy wolf. The stones replace the weight of the little goats he swallowed. This heavy burden ultimately leads to his dramatic downfall at the deep well. It is a fitting end for a creature who tried to destroy an innocent and happy family through wicked tricks. Now let us review some of the important English words from this story. The word caution means being very careful to avoid danger or mistakes. The mother goat showed great caution when she locked the heavy door. Learning to use caution in our daily lives helps keep us safe from unexpected harm and very tricky hidden dangers. Another useful word we learned today is disguise. A disguise is something you wear to change your appearance and hide who you are. The wolf used chalk and flour as a disguise to trick the little goats. Recognizing a disguise is an important skill when trying to find the real truth in a confusing or dangerous situation. We also heard the word vulnerable during our story analysis today. Vulnerable means being in a position where you can be easily hurt or attacked. The young goats were very vulnerable when their mother left them alone. Understanding when we are vulnerable helps us make better choices to protect ourselves from bad people and dangerous situations. The word survival is also very central to this classic fairy tale. Survival means continuing to live or exist, especially in spite of danger. The survival of the little goats depended on the quick actions of their brave mother. Learning survival skills like listening to warnings and observing carefully is essential for everyone growing up in a complex world. We hope you enjoyed this thrilling tale of caution and survival today. The story of the wolf and the young goats is timeless and powerful. It reminds us to stay alert and to protect the people we love dearly. Practicing your English with these classic stories makes learning both fun and very meaningful for students of all ages. Please take a moment to practice the new vocabulary words we discussed today. Try writing your own sentences using the words caution, disguise, vulnerable, and survival. Sharing your sentences in the comments below is a great way to practice. We love reading your creative ideas and seeing how much your English skills are improving with every single video. Thank you so much for joining us on Fairy Tales English Journey today. If you found this story helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We have many more magical stories and English lessons to share with you very soon. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and keep practicing your beautiful English every day.
Top 10 Best Sentences to Learn English. Number 1. A gentle and wise anthropomorphic goat with pure white fur, wearing a simple rustic peasant dress with an apron. Explanation: this sentence uses descriptive adjectives like gentle, wise, anthropomorphic, and rustic to create a vivid character profile. It is a great example of how to combine personality traits with physical attire. Number 2. The mother goat points a warning finger while speaking to her attentive 7 young goats inside their rustic cottage. Explanation: the word attentive is a sophisticated way to describe someone listening carefully. The phrase points a warning finger is a specific idiomatic expression for giving a caution or a lecture. Number 3. The oldest of the 7 young goats listens closely as the mother goat explains the tricks of the wolf. Explanation: this sentence demonstrates the use of the conjunction as to show 2 simultaneous actions. Tricks here refers to deceptive or dishonest schemes, which is a common theme in fairy tales. Number 4. The 7 young goats lock the heavy wooden door while the wicked wolf watches from behind a green bush outside. Explanation: this structure uses the word while to create suspense by contrasting the safety of the characters inside with the threat lurking outside. It also uses spatial prepositions like behind effectively. Number 5. The 7 young goats stand inside the cottage, listening carefully to the rough voice coming from outside the door. Explanation: the adjective rough is used here to describe a harsh or gravelly sound. Coming from is a very useful phrasal verb to indicate the source of a sound or an object. Number 6. The brave 7. Young goats shout back at the closed wooden door, refusing to let the wolf inside. Explanation: the use of the present participle refusing provides additional information about the main action, shouting. It shows the character's resolve and firm decision. Number 7. The wicked wolf stands in a village bakery as a frightened baker spreads sticky dough on his dark paws. Explanation: this sentence uses frightened and sticky to add sensory details. It illustrates a narrative scene where one character is compelled by fear to assist another. Number 8. The wicked wolf stumbles clumsily through the meadow, holding his heavy, stone-filled stomach. Explanation: The adverb clumsily perfectly modifies the verb stumbles to describe an awkward movement. Stone-filled is a compound adjective, which is a powerful way to describe a noun in English. Number 9. The wicked wolf leans over a deep stone well, losing his balance due to the heavy weight in his stomach. Explanation: the expression losing his balance is a common way to describe someone about to fall. Due to is a formal and effective way to explain a cause and effect relationship. Number 10. An educational illustration showing a magnifying glass over a friendly mask, revealing a scary shadow behind it. Explanation: the verb revealing is used to describe the act of showing something that was previously hidden. This sentence is useful for describing visual metaphors or symbolic imagery,